Misinformation Podcast at Wizard World 2013. Today we're lucky enough to be sitting with, fuck it. I was going to do it like it was a real interview, and I decided that's silly because...
Most professional I've ever heard. That's the most professional I've ever heard you.
Yeah, and it was so fake. It was almost painful. So we're sitting here with a good friend of the show, Tom Nguyen, world famous Tom Nguyen.
Thank you.
DC Comics artist and a hell of a nice guy and a fan of women everywhere.
Absolutely.
All women, Tom?
Well, at the risk of losing my fans, we'll just keep that as no comment.
So that's a yes. I'll help you out. That's a yes. Tom loves all women. All women.
Oh yeah, all women. I mean, what I meant by that is, everyone has their preferences, and Zach and I have been volleying back and forth over the weekend about our individual differences in our women and our tastes in women.
See, I like them without penis. Tom likes them with penis.
Yeah, the women's without penis. Oh wait, the humans without penis. Humans without penis and the high-pitched voices are kind of strange, aren't they? Of the long hair and stuff.
Yeah, they're questionable. That's a guy cosplaying as Lando Calrissian.
I'm sorry, I got distracted. Catwoman, but then I decided she was very obese.
Yeah, Catwoman's let herself go.
Better not open up that can of worms.
No, and we could get both of ourselves in trouble. We don't want that. So the second day of the convention, you've been here since Thursday night.
Yeah, for me it's technically the third day because Thursday night is considered a preview night. So some people count that, some people don't. But it's just a few hours in the late afternoon and in the evening for fans just to get a taste of what's to come.
Right, and we found that it's a great time to just kind of get the lay of the land, figure out where things are at, kind of see what's going on. For you, it's probably a good opportunity to get caught up on commissions that you've had emailed to you, and because you'll commission weeks out, right? And then people come pick them up here at the convention.
Oh yeah, I always have a waiting list of angry customers. So,
but they're only angry though because they love you so much.
Oh, I don't know about that. We'll see when people try to pick up their stuff today.
Well, it's kind of like an abusive relationship. Look what you made me do, Tom.
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of like a Ricky Lake, couple dispute. Like, well, why don't you kick him to the curb? Oh, because I love him. So I can, emotionally abuse all of my fans that commission me, and they'll still take it, and they never ask for their money back.
Which is good because you got bills to pay.
Exactly.
Now,
hi guys. How you guys doing? That just gives you an example that I have adoring fans that I have to stop and say hi. That's proof.
Well, and in true misinformation fashion, I'll cut all the parts that make you look good out.
No, don't cut that. Yeah. We need to leave that in. We need to make people think that I have fans.
Absolutely. Now, a lot of people that follow you on Facebook, Twitter, and things. There's stalk you, love you. There is
don't get me started on that.
The myth of old man neighbor.
Yes, people who follow me might be familiar with this new character in my life called Old Man Neighbor, and I've announced this at my last signing in Cedar Falls, Iowa, at a great little store called Limited Edition Comics and Collectibles.
On the hill in Cedar Falls.
But the announcement is that I have started working as a side personal project, the Old Man Neighbor graphic novel. And it's going to be so unbelievably nuts and adults only that, it can't be anything other than a hit.
Self-published?
Yeah, self-published, but I'm thinking about doing a Kickstarter. I don't know. Who knows how successful that'll be. If not, I'll just self-publish it.
So we've talked about Kickstarter a lot on the show because we can't figure out what possible incentive we could give people. So did you have like tiers in your head set up, like what if you did Kickstarter, what you would do?
Not really. Probably just art. just the easiest thing that I can do, which is give away autographs and artwork. I mean, I know that there's this big thing going around of, I'll draw you as a character in the background, and then, I might do that too. But my intention is to not actually do a Kickstarter until this graphic novel or any of my personal projects are near 100% done.
So that does, I suppose, kind of limit what you can offer, like how you can offer with the background characters and inserting people in and stuff like that, because if it's already almost all the way done, that would make it tough.
Right. How you guys doing? Good. No, I mean, I have a stack of Polaroids of of nudes that self nudes that I can always autograph and send out. I'll even like kiss it, put a kiss stamp on it. So I've always got something lying around I can find.
So the other possibility would be that if you donate like at the $1,000 level, you won't send them those photos. Otherwise, you're sending them to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty comfortable offering, things like of that nature, only because I know I'll never get someone to donate $1,000 for this. But if they do, I would probably send them something like that, if they so desire.
I think you'd be surprised. I mean, because there are people who will buy multiple original pages from you. People are pretty supportive of your work, and it's amazing to me because you always have some kind of excellent product to offer. When you come to the comic shop in Cedar Falls, when you come to conventions, you always have some really amazing examples of your work, and people eat it up. They buy it like crazy.
Well, thank you for the endorsement. I thank you for the endorsement and the extreme exaggeration. No, I mean, no, I do have some really, really great supporters. Are they $1,000 level supporters? I don't know. I don't think so. But then again, I have sold work for that much. But I mean, that's different than just donating that. At least when I have sold pieces, for around that much, they get something immediately. But I mean, I'm sure I can find something rare, like naked pictures of my models, if I can get them to sign it or something like that.
And that opens up another, because some people don't know that you are also a very accomplished photographer.
Well, thank you. I don't know about very accomplished. I mean, I do it, and I do get paid for it, but yeah, it started off years ago as a hobby of mine, just as a stress reliever from all my deadlines and artwork, and I don't know how. Somehow I started getting paid for it, and now I blog about it, and I have followers and stuff, so it's kind of nice, and I've gotten the attention of even Olympus, because right now I use their cameras. And on Twitter, they now follow me, and they even contacted me and said hi and asked a little more about me, like where I'm from, and complimented my work. So if I'm on their radar, that'd be great. I'm really, really hoping for like a sponsorship or something. That'd be great. Free loaner equipment and stuff. Hint, hint, if you're listening to this podcast, Olympus.
Olympus is definitely listening to this specific podcast. Their feelers are everywhere, and they'll pick up. They're one of our 14 listeners.
Hey, I'm gonna pimp this podcast on Twitter, and they're following me on Twitter, so they might click on it if they're really bored.
If they're really bored or currently in trouble from their mom, and that's their punishment.
Yes. Oh man, there's some babes walking around.
Yeah, it is beautiful. It's Saturday, so there's a lot of beautiful people rolling around this.
Remember back in the day when cosplay wasn't as popular as it is now, and you would get nothing but like literally the ugliest people doing cosplay, and now it's catching on with people who are like more attractive.
Well, right, because it started out, it was the only way for certain people to feel pretty.
Right.
That was how they would get attention. Now that because geek is so mainstream that it's really turned the corner to, it's almost kind of like it's borderline hipster now.
I hate that, by the way. I hate how mainstream being geek is, because it opened the doors for a lot of posers to come in.
Yeah.
Especially like like hot chick posers and stuff like that.
Well, especially because
Olivia Munn, I don't buy her act at all.
What about Sarah Underwood?
Gorgeous. I don't buy her act at all either.
No, it's a money making.
Yeah, they don't know.
They've monetized it.
Yeah, they don't know anything about comics.
No, and that's one of the things we're trying to do this weekend is we want to find some really beautiful cosplayers. And Eric, I don't know if he did or not. Eric's out wandering the floor, but his assignment was to come up with a quiz. that we were going to find some very beautiful cosplayers and hit them with a nerd quiz, 5-question nerd quiz.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and just say, okay, we recognize your costume. You look great. You're beautiful. Now we want to see if you're a nerd or not.
Yeah, you know, and the most humiliating thing that you could do to them is ask them questions pertaining to who they're dressed up as.
Right.
So start off easy and then just go straight to hard ones. Okay, who are you today? And if, you know, more than likely they'll know that, oh, I'm Power Girl, but you know, could be because someone told them they are. And then say, okay, well, what do you think about the storyline where blah blah blah? You know, and just put them on the spot, make them sweat.
Just watch their heads melt.
Yeah, watch them get angry.
Yeah, because I'm sure that you know, because we know that the conventions hire people to come in and kind of walk the floor and in costume to kind of add to that mainstream appeal.
See, this is the first time I've heard, and I've heard it from you. This is the first time that I've heard conventions hiring people. I mean, I know that vendors will hire booth girls and stuff like that. I mean, I've done that.
Sure.
And I will continue to do that. But as far as the convention itself, hiring girls, that's the first for me. I never heard that. I mean, I don't have any reason to doubt you. So.
Well, and it's possible that might kind of be one of those urban legends, you know. But it's like certain things point to it. There's a certain Joker and Harley Quinn that I have seen all over the United States at conventions, and it's like it makes you wonder. Like, I understand they like going, but
you know what? I think because I actually know, like, certain cosplayers who will dress as the same character and go to every single show. Like, that's their life. Like, they don't have a life. I might know which Joker you're talking about too, and if it's the same guy,
real tall guy.
If it's the same guy, I'm really annoyed. He should find a different act. I don't know. I just get sick of seeing the same thing. It's like, okay, we get it. You know, you like the Joker, and you're like the Joker all the time, and you know, it's nice, but you know.
Because the guy that I'm thinking of is a real tall, thin guy.
He's a thin guy.
With the fanned out hair.
Yeah.
And he always travels with Harley Quinn with the giant mallet. And she's cute. And she's got some real bedroom eyes. Like,
oh, yeah?
She always knows where the camera's at.
Oh, yeah?
It's amazing. Yeah.
I don't pay attention to her, I guess. I don't see her as much. But yeah, him, I bet you we're talking about the same guy.
That sounds like a big reveal to me. I don't pay as much attention to her.
Well, only because it's so fucking annoying.
But he never talks. I've never heard him speak once. Or is it just you're just sick of seeing him?
I'm just sick of seeing him. It's just, come on, you know, all the time. There's a chick who always dresses as Wonder Woman all the time too, and I guess she's pretty big time, but she goes to all the big shows. It's like the same act over and over and over. I mean, honestly, I don't know why I'm like annoyed by them, and that shouldn't be. And you know, of course they do what they want, and I'm more likely the irrational one that gets annoyed and angry when I see the same thing every year after year. But that's just me, so I'm sorry. I just have a horrible personality, I guess.
Well, and I think it's probably a lot like, you know, I've got a buddy that works for Playboy, right? And
oh.
so, huh?
Who, and why haven't you introduced me to him?
No, his name's Joe Spina, and he works for Playboy, and his job is proofing their video.
Really?
Yeah. So I tell you what, every year he gets 2 tickets to the Playboy Mansion, and he's willing to sell them.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's me and you. That's misinfo. Forget Eric. You know,
we got it.
You know,
they're not cheap.
You know, it's funny because, you know, the glamour photography thing is like my forte, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm a huge fan of this particular adult photographer. His name is Dean Capture. And he's done work for like Twisties.com and Penthouse magazine. He may have done stuff for Playboy. I'm not too sure, but he certainly is, you know, he's got that style down. I think he deals more with erotic stuff, but he's following me on Twitter now. He's even complimented my Wolverine print, so I'm pretty flattered that a photographer of his caliber is, following me somewhat.
Oh, make no mistake, you're good.
Well, it's easy to look good when all your models are hot.
Well, yeah, you don't.
That's a secret. That's a secret. I mean, half of the equation of making good photos is that the model is gorgeous, and I try not to settle on my standards. So.
Well, especially because if the model's pretty, just even a point and shoot camera is going to be a good picture. But what you do is you make exciting or excellent pictures. Like when you look at your pictures, there's a little something extra there, and I know there's some Photoshop involved, there's some post-production work that's done, but they're very sexy photos.
Well, yeah, because you know make them take off their clothes. That's why.
Well, it helps. Yeah. But even there's a lot to be said for posing and composition too, because you can take a picture of a very sexy girl, but if she's posed wrong, it just looks really boring.
It's all in the posing and the light, you know, and sometimes the styling of the background setting and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean that's that's something that the average layperson doesn't really think about. They think about, oh, you know, it's just take a picture of a pretty girl, and as long as she's got her clothes off, then it's going to be great. But yeah, you know, and that's a big part of it. Don't get me wrong, but there's for my shoots anyway, there's a lot of planning that goes behind it as far as the lighting. I mean, I'll have at least 2 lights, sometimes 3, 4, 5 lights in separate spots in the actual shooting location, just to create the mood that I want and the effect that I want on the model, make her look really flattering and accentuate certain features. So.
Boobs and butt and whatnot.
Boobs, butt, abs, and stuff like that.
Because you do a lot of fitness photography too. Like it's not just glamour stuff.
That's actually my big money making thing, I guess. A few of my fitness photos over the last year and a half have become viral in the community, in the fitness community online. I think that's where I started getting, a lot of gigs. In fact, as soon as I get back here from the show, I got a fitness shoot Wednesday at a gym. So those are the only shoots now where I'll kind of still consider, booking those for paying gigs. I used to shoot for a modeling agency, but I quit that. I got a little burnt out and just doing a lot of traveling. So, now I just want to shoot for myself and, just really build up my Vietchicks brand, which you know about, yes, no?
Yes, but the listeners don't, so tell us about Vietchicks.
Vietchicks is basically just a niche glamour photo site on Facebook now, but I'm developing the main site. It's just basically me recruiting the hottest Vietnamese girls that I can and get them to pose in various stages of undress. Vietnamese, whatever, Asian, Chinese, Japanese, but I find that even though there's a big market for Asian models, you don't really see too much that are focused to specifically Vietnamese glamour, and I wanted to be the pervert that will bring that out to the mainstream.
It's always good to have
it's a very conservative culture, so I wanted to not give it a bad name, but I wanted to show off our women more, and of course me being Vietnamese, I kind of try to use that to my advantage to get to know the girls and shoot them. So.
Now, also you've got this new venture, Art Samurai. Do you want to tell folks about that?
Yeah, way too many irons in the fire. No, it's just an online workshop. You can find out more about it on artsamurai.net or just on my website. There's a link to it. But basically, every other week, I give homework assignments, and anyone can sign up and do the homework assignment. And they sign up to a live workshop online. I give them a password to a site, and it's a big chat room environment, like a real classroom. We chat with each other real time. You chat with me real time. Talk to me live while I go over assignments on screen and draw over them with Photoshop right in front of your eyes. And then at the end of the class, it's a free-for-all. Ask me anything, I'll demo whatever, but I also throw up a video, pre-recorded video of me actually doing that week's assignment. So you see how a pro does it as well. So
now, are there some cuts in the video, or do they literally see every stroke of your pen from the beginning to the end?
They literally see everything from start to finish.
That's amazing. That's so on average, like if you're looking at one of your assignments, how long would the video be?
Well, each workshop is 2 hours.
Okay.
Sometimes it goes a little over, but really the first hour and a half is just all me and the students critiquing the homework and drawing. And then the last half hour is when I play the video. And the video, no matter how long it takes me to draw the video from start to finish, it always gets edited, or it always gets sped up to fit that last half hour. But nothing is cut out. You see everything.
Now, can they get all the pricing information at artsamurai.net?
I'll give it to you right now. It's just $20 a workshop. Cheapest deal on the net. And you win prizes every single show.
Oh, that's actually very, very reasonable.
It's more than reasonable. It's practically free. I'm losing money on it.